everybody, and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing the level 80 Dark Knight job quest, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to be good, despite the fact there's only one new job quest for each of the jobs. But we have our closure. They will tell you you are 1 and you are 2. You can choose. I don't really understand what that is, but whatever. Ah, Claire, it so happens I have a letter for you. Before we talk about that, mind telling me what you've been getting yourself into lately? You and your scions, I mean. I have an inkling, perhaps. I went to save another world as it happens. Had to go and kill a whole host of sin eaters. Well, I don't really think he'll believe us no matter what we say, so yeah, we just went to go and save an entire world. Come again? Reflections of the Source? Parallel worlds? Sin eaters? What in the seven hells are you on about? Something tells me this is only going to make any kind of sense if you walk me through it from the beginning, step by step. I doubt he'll believe us, but hey. Right then, so to sum it up, you were swept up into yet another realm-shaking conflict, were you? Well, of course you were. You have an insatiable hunger for it, don't you? And even when you bite off more than you can chew, you refuse to let go. What? As if you didn't know. Hells, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I suspected you were a particular blend of impulsive and stubborn. Take a special kind of bastard to become a Dark Knight, much less a warrior of light, don't you think? You traveled onto a doomed world and pledged your sword to a futile cause. You fought and you fought and you fought, and in the end you won the day. Though I know it wasn't without loss, without sacrifice. Victories like that are always bought with blood. But you and your comrades paid that price all the same. That faraway land and her people live on because you were all willing to fight to the bitter end. Because you were too stubborn to die. And because of love, I'm sure. Being grim and dark will only get you so far, don't you remember? It's like the Mughals, like Sir Amdipang himself said. The flame in the abyss, the love you bear for the ones you hold most dear. That is the source of true strength. Claire could have never made it this far if her heart wasn't filled to the brim with love. Aww. Is this a roundabout way of asking me about my heart's desires? I'd sooner pose that question to Sid. Oh, I want to use them both, but... Yeah, we'll go with the first one. Is this a roundabout way of asking me my heart's desires? Let's not say we did, eh? I'm sure that Thancred fellow you mentioned would have provided a far more meaningful and interesting response. Having to look after the reincarnation of this surrogate daughter is certainly, though I suppose on some level I can relate. What? I've not once thought of you as my father. Well, no, I mean, we're not even the same race, so of course no one would ever look at us and assume... What? If you want to put a label on it, what would you prefer? Master and disciple, manservant and noblewoman? Sid. How about Chocobo's arse and whatever you damn well like? God, you can be staff sometimes. Hey, what did I tell you about calling me that? Children, am I right? As we give her a moment to cool her head. For now, let's talk about that letter I mentioned earlier. It's addressed to you, but who penned it I cannot say. It was delivered to me by a young woman of the broom. Luine, I believe her name was. Said she'd seen us with you out and about in Ishgard before, and reckoned that if she left it with us, you'd eventually be around to pick it up. Before you ask, no, I have not taken a peek, so its contents remain a complete and utter mystery to me. As for the sender, you'll have to pester Luine at the Holy Stables if you want to know more. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an angry girl to mollify. Aww, I love Sid. Those two are such a great couple. Okay, read the unsigned letter, okay? Within the sealed envelope is a paper, which you unfold to find a message written in a strangely familiar scrawl. Claire Fay, you'll forgive me for the sudden correspondence and the secrecy. You helped me, in a way, once upon a time. It's past time I said as much, and so here we are. Feels like a lifetime ago, come to think on it. You've been through quite a lot since then, accomplished incredible things. I like to think that, in some way, I was part of your journey. Far from the best, no doubt, but for me and my own journey, I think it's safe to say that you've been, well, there's no subtle words to describe it, really. I've done things. Made decisions. Looking back, I can't help but feel more than a little foolish. But such is life, and we have to seize what few opportunities we have for closure, even if it was through the written word and not face to face. So wherever you are, I hope you're happy. Still fighting, still adventuring, still doing what you love. Be well. Well, that was a sweet letter. The letter bears no signature of any obvious clues as to the author's identity. Perhaps Lean can shed light on this mystery. Okay, I think I might know who this girl is, but I'm not going to know for sure until we speak with her. Yeah, we have to find Luine at the Holy Stables. Oh, it feels so good to be back in Ishgard. Oh, I can't wait till they do the reconstruction effort here. I really want to see what they're going to do with this place once it's rebuilt. So I better enjoy it while I can, right? So she should be down here. There she is. I really hope there's going to be more to this quest than this. It's you! It's really you! Claire Fay, my hero. Honestly, I never thought I'd get to see you again, and much less speak with you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you probably don't remember me at all, do you? I'm not surprised. All in a day's work, I suppose, saving silly little fools like me. And it was so long ago when you rescued me from those temple knights who were trying to take me away from my grandmother. I still remember it like it was yesterday, though. You swinging that great big sword of yours, bellowing out all kinds of terrible threats and sending them running. I'm sure some might say you overdid it, but thanks to you, my grandmother and I never heard from that lot again. And ever since Sir Emmerich and his allies came into power, we've had a lot less of that trouble all over. But let me guess, you didn't come all this way just to see me, did you? Unsigned letter, leaving everyone at a loss as to who could have penned it. The letter, huh? I thought so. It wasn't me who wrote it, I can tell you that much. I got it from a knight I befriended after tending to his chocobo a couple of times, Sir Patronade. He said it was to be delivered to the hero of the Scions, a peerless warrior with 1,000 victories to her name. After he described your features in detail, it all fell into place, and since I was certain you eventually pay a visit to your friends, I offered to take it to them. Anyway, he's the one you need to talk to if you're after the sender. Maybe check the congregation? I mean, that's where knights congregate, I presume. Looking back, it's all such a blur. The way you stood up to them, the way you moved through them, blade twirling. At times it was as if there were two of you. Oh boy, you have no idea how close that is. But yeah, I remember her. She's actually the girl that we rescued when we first took up the quest to become the Dark Knight, when we first met Frey and put us all on that path to begin with. Oh, that's nice. So I have a feeling that we're going to be going around to all these old places and reliving these memories and meeting old people. I actually like that idea, and I can't help but wonder if that's how the other quests are going to be, kind of like reliving everything. So that's kind of what they're doing here to kind of make up for the fact that they only have one quest for each of them. At least that's kind of the impression I'm getting. So, okay. Hello, good sir. How may I be of service to you, Mistress Fay? Yeah, did you send this letter? The letter? Oh, what a relief it is to see that it arrived unmolested. It was entrusted to me by Aurella of Ralgar's Reach. After the battle at the Grimlet Dark, I spent a few nights there, you see. I can only assume that whoever sent it to the Reach had heard tale of the battle between you and Lord Xenos, and how you've been brought to the Barber. However, by the time it arrived, you had not long been spirited away to Ishgard. Had Luine not recognized you by my stories, I do not know how I might have seen it to your hand. If you seek the author, mayhap you should pay a visit to the Reach. I know only what I told you, but surely Aurella can tell you more. May the Fury watch over and keep you, friend. So he does look familiar. I have an idea of who he is. Tell you the truth, I had no choice but to remain at the Reach for so long. An old wound that never quite healed, you see, from when Specula Imperatoris fell. I'd ask if you remember pulling me from the rubble, but I'm afraid you'll say no. I remember, though. God bless you, Mistress Faye. Okay, yeah, I do recognize him now. Yeah, so that was kind of nice, running into him. So, yeah, it's not even people from the Dark Knight quest that we're running into, so makes me wonder who we're gonna meet up with next after we speak with Aurella, who I think was just one of the Kyrugians at Ralgar's Reach. This is getting exciting. I wonder where it's gonna take us next. So, anyone have any bets to who sent the letter? I have an idea, and I would be really, really impressed if it turns out that it is who I'm thinking of. But we'll find out. Like, I can't help but wonder if it was really Frey who sent it. Maybe? I mean, it doesn't seem very likely, but I think that would be really cool if we get to see Frey again. And if you don't know who Frey is, then you really should be playing the Dark Knight quests. They are, by far, one of the best storylines in the whole game. And where... there you are. Oh, thick ledger, what's that? Document appears to be a list of men and women who died fighting the Alamegan resistance and whose remains have been interred in recompense. Among them, you recognize both Conrad Kemp and Melfred Noward. Aww, that's so sad. And Gladian. Dear Gladian. But of Hundarts, there is no mention. Wow, other people that we met. That took a kind of grim turn. Pleasure to see you. Lost that long-haired boy of yours again? Oh, she's talking about Mist. This is about the letter, is it? Came with a shipment of supplies from Little Alamigo, as I recall. I can only presume the center was hoping that Commander Hetz would see it to you personally, but I'm not surprised it escaped her notice given the chaos of the Gimlet Dark and after. It found its way into my medical supplies, and as you well know, I decided to let that Ishgardian knight take charge of its delivery. In any event, I advise you to continue your search into Alamigo, and if anyone there knows aught of the letter's author, it would be Gundabald. Yet another person we met! Really makes me wonder how long this is going to go on. Are we going to go to like every corner of the world here? Wouldn't surprise me if they do that. Okay, so here we are. Once again, it's been a very long time since we've been out this far to Little Alamigo. It's not really needed anymore, I suppose. Hey pal, it's been a while. Well met, Claire. I was not expecting a visit. What brings you to Southern Thanalan this day? This letter, you say, and you seek the author. If you read it, then you know their hearts, what you meant to them, how you changed their life for the better. It is a feeling I understand all too well, which is why I agreed to send this letter with the supplies for Ralgar's Reach. Yet you never were one to let a mystery remain unsolved, were you? You seek answers. Closure. I will not deny you this. At the Red Rooster Stead in Lower Lanosia, you will find a man named Gaudyherd. Speak with him. Perhaps then you will find a measure of peace. I have no idea who that is. I really, really don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I like to pride myself in that I remember a lot of these names. Like, even from people that we just meet in, like, random quests. But, yeah, that one is just not ringing any bells right now. I'm not sure if I should be feeling bad about that or not. I mean, he couldn't have left much of an impression, I'm guessing, if I can't recall his name. But yeah, it looks like we are nearing the end of this quest if it turns out he's the one who sent the letter. Or she. I think it's a guy. It sounds like a guy to me, so. Oh, those load screens just kill me. Okay, so Lower La Nocia then. I mean, I have a slight idea of who it is, but yeah, I honestly don't know. A guess is all I really have. I mean, if I'm right, then this guy might just be someone that we did meet during the Dark Knight quest. I mean, I think it had something to do with getting back some cargo or something. I don't really remember that part too well. Or it could be just some random person who we saved and like maybe he saw us like battling like as a Dark Knight or something one time, and I don't know. I really don't know. We'll find out though. I hope it's good though. Come on, he has a long history of really good story to live up to with the Dark Knight. Okay, buddy. No, I don't recognize him, but... Oh gods, it's you! But why? Why are you here? Were you the one who sent this letter? You really don't remember? Any of it? The Kyokurin bandits? A certain merchant who may have overstepped his boundaries just a trifle? You were a right bloody mess when you returned to the dry docks with my wares. And I do mean bloody. I say, is none of what I'm telling you ringing a bell? Really? Not even the part where I refused to thank you and demanded that you pay me restitution for the property you yourself returned to me? Well, seeing as I've already confessed it, I may as well reiterate. It was me. That was just the beginning of my bad luck, as it happened. A string of bad decisions left me in debt to some very unforgiving fellows, and before I knew it, they had taken damn near everything I owned. I was friendless, penniless, hopeless, and let me tell you, running afoul of the Warrior of Light had not done me any favors either. That was a time when I couldn't help but blame you for all my misfortune. And then one day, when I was rummaging through my meager possessions, I had an empathy. I stumbled upon a package from that shipment you recovered for me that ill-fated day. Flower bulbs, stained with Kyokurin blood, but viable for cultivation, still brimming with the potential to grow and thrive. Before I knew it, I was cradling the package to my breast, sobbing and moaning like a mad fool. For a fool is exactly what I've been, and I've been offered a kindness without lith or lin, instead of thanking this generous hero, had spat in her face. So I left that life behind, save for the bulbs I brought with me here, apprenticed myself to the botanist, and resolved to start anew. And wouldn't you know it, the stubborn little fiends finally blossomed for me. I suppose it's only fitting that you show up again that very day. I've a thousand regrets, but none greater than how I spoke to you. I say this not to beg your forgiveness, but to tell you how you've changed me for the better, and to thank you for the opportunity. I do have one request, if you are amenable to it. I pray you accept a flower, one of the precious few that has blossomed. A token of my heartfelt appreciation for my personal savior. Admittedly, this particular breed is perhaps best suited for funerals and farewells, but if you'd rather not keep it for yourself, perhaps there's someone else who might welcome it? Oh my god! Someone else indeed. Oh, that's so sweet! Oh, I'm glad that worked out. Wow, I honestly don't know what to say. Oh, we have to say Frey? We have to call Frey here? Okay, type in Frey. Oh, no, wait, we have to go to Corythus. Okay. So where exactly? Oh, it's just outside Camp Dragonhead. Okay. So... Oh, wait, we almost left without seeing if he had anything else to say. I am so grateful that I finally had the chance to apologize to you. I but wish that the flowers I had to offer you were not the sorts primarily associated with mournful occasions. Well, that's okay. I think Frey would like it anyway. Then again, we are Frey, or Frey is us. I suddenly understand that little riddle at the very beginning of the quest, like when someone say you were 1 and 2 or 2 and 1 or something like that. I finally understand that. Oh, it's good to be back to these old places. Oh, it's like a flash from the past. I think we got stuck there for a moment. Okay. Does this mean we get to see Frey again? Oh, I really hope so. Oh, this quest is already turning out to be really, really good. I do hope that the other job quests are going to be as good. That the writers put as much effort into them as these. Okay, type in Frey. There is no response. Yet there can be no answer but this, can there? So let us wait for a time, you and I, in the cold and in the snow, in the dark. Clever, clever, clever. Or are we just playing it by ear? No matter. I wanted this, once, more than anything. A chance to speak and be heard. But neither of us needs it anymore. And if we were to look deep within ourselves, we would realize that we never did. We are the stories we tell ourselves. The brave hero, the tortured soul, the altruist, the pragmatist. They would tell you who they see, but you and you alone know who you are. For I speak only for myself. If you find comfort in my words, then they are yours for the taking. But that is your choice, now and ever after, as it has always been. Now comes your part, to cloak yourself in the fiction, to breathe life into the dead, to give a voice to the voiceless. As we did together that day, when you gave us our answer. Was it ever mine? Oh my god, that was so sweet. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that cutscene a few times before I really figure out what she was saying, though, or I guess what we were saying. Oh man, all throughout Shadowbringers, like through the main scenario questline, I was so sure that we would be seeing Frey again. But looking back, maybe it's not too much of a surprise because we only meet Frey after playing through the Dark Knight quests. But still, I think that would have been a nice addition. Aw, that was really good though. So it looks like we're heading back to the Forgotten Night and finish up the quest. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad that it's over so already. It's like, I mean, if all the quests are this good from now on, I guess it's okay that we have just the one quest for each of the jobs now, like from 70 to 80, but still. Alright, let's see what they have to say. My apologies for storming off earlier. You think I would be more mature than that after everything I've been through. Welcome back, Claire. As you can see, Rael and I are getting along swimmingly, so you needn't worry about us in the slightest. Not one bit. So, what of the mysterious unsigned letter? Did your grand search for answers lead you anywhere interesting? An old acquaintance? Closure, perhaps? Yeah, why not? Closure. It led us to closure, perhaps. That's so. Well, glad to hear it, I suppose. Aww. A Dark Day's Night. Does that mean that we got a new title? Yes, The Boundless Dark. Okay, so we're going to be calling ourselves that for a while. Boundless Dark. Saving any more parallel worlds lately? I jest. Still, you can't blame a man for viewing such incredible claims with a measure of skepticism, can you? No, I don't really blame you. How fare you and Rael these days? I think that we've already seen, like, all these before. Yeah, it looks like it. But yeah, that was a really, really good story there. Oh, it makes me feel sad. It kind of makes me feel like this is like the last of the Dark Knight quest. That's just how it feels, like when you see the words closure on it. I'll stop calling Sid a chocobo's arse when he stops thinking of me as a stupid little girl. God, you think after everything we've been through he'd give me a little more credit. It's because I'm so bloody short. I'm due for a growth spurt, but I don't know if I'll ever be as tall as he is. Well, I doubt that, girl. But yeah, that was amazing. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you all again real soon. Bye-bye.